Christmas Day, 1971. When a young girl boarded a plane with her family, she had no idea her life was about to change completely. What happened that day would become one of the most extraordinary survival stories ever recorded. This is the incredible story of Julian Koepcha. Flight Lanza 508 had taken off from Peru. The passengers were eager to spend their Christmas holidays. But a few hours later, a violent storm broke out over the Amazon rainforest. Lightning lit up the sky, shaking the plane. Suddenly, a huge flash of light struck, and as the passengers screamed, the plane broke apart in midair. Only one of the 92 passengers survived. 17-year-old Julian Koepcha. She plummeted from 3,000 meters, the height of a mountain, still strapped to her seat, and miraculously opened her eyes in the middle of the Amazon. Julianne was seriously injured. Her body was covered in cuts, and her collarbone was broken. But her greatest advantage was the knowledge her father had taught her at a young age. Her father was a biologist and had taught Julianne how to survive in nature. Julianne knew this. If she followed a river, she could reach civilization. So, despite her wounded body, she got up and started walking. Julianne traveled deep into the forest for days. At night, she was surrounded by insects, mosquitoes, and snakes. It was impossible to find a safe place to shelter in the rainforest. She had no food. Her only sustenance was the small fruits she could find and water. Her wounds were festering, and maggots had begun to infest her ankle. But she did not give up. Every day she had only one thing on her mind: to survive. She knew her mother had died in the accident, but she had to be strong for her. After 11 days, Julian found a small cabin by the river. It belonged to lumberjacks working in the forest. The workers were shocked when they noticed the young girl. They immediately took her to the nearest settlement. Julianne was the sole survivor of the Lanza 508 crash. Only one person out of 92 passengers, and that person was a 17-year-old girl. Julian Koepcha's story became a symbol of human resilience and hope. She survived alone for 11 days in the heart of the Amazon. To this day, her story is still told as one of the most talked about survival stories in the world. This reminds us that even in the darkest moments, there is incredible strength within human beings, and we must never lose hope.